Magandang hapon, Sir Rex. Welcome po sa Tatak UPLB. Batiin niyo po muna ang ating mga tagapanood.
Magandang araw, Ezra, at salamat sa pag-imbita niyo sa akin dito sa Tatak UPLB program. And gusto ko rin batiin ang ating mga viewers at nawa ay mag-enjoy kayo sa programang ito.
Ayan, excited na kami, Sir, marinig ang inyong kwento. Unahin natin, Sir, ang kwento mo, paano ka napunta dito sa UPLB at bakit forestry yung napili yung kurso?
Alam mo, tiga Los Baños ako, no? Pero hindi ko plinano na dito mag-aral sa UP Los Baños. UP Diliman talaga yung gusto ko. Pero nung nag-graduate ako sa high school, it was a time na maraming gulo sa Maynila, no? Yung that was the period of activism and before the proclamation of martial law, no? But when martial law was finally proclaimed, it was also the time, I was to take the UPCAT, and my father decided hindi ako pwede sa Diliman, dito na lang ako sa UPLB. But hindi ko alam kung anong kukunin ko, and so he asked around, and ang napagtanongan niya yung isang kapitbahay namin who was a faculty member of the College of Forestry. So naturally, she recommended, let him take BS Forestry. So, that was the short story of it. And when I finally got here or got at the College of Forestry, at that time, wala pang natural resources ang pangalan namin. It didn't take long before I became so interested in forestry.
Oh, that's good to hear po na hindi naman po kayo nagkamali or yung lumipat pa sa ibang kurso. Sir, are there any memories that you can share sa amin na masasabi mo talagang hindi mo siya makakalimutan?
Ang hindi ko malilimutan, no, and was one of my early struggles sa UPLB. I graduated, top of my high school class. When I took my very first exam in Math 1, I failed. I flunked. I got 39. I cannot forget that. 39 out of 100. And I was so depressed, so discouraged. I thought I wasn't cut out for UP. Eventually, I was able to make adjustments, and I did well. At the end of that semester, there was that early struggle that I cannot forget. It was something I wasn't used to. I wasn't used to failing an exam, but that was the first, and I think that taught me a lesson of diligence.
So math is quite challenging for you during that time.
Yeah.
How would you describe, sir, in yung undergraduate life dito sa UPLB? At the same time, because you also studied here sa MS nyo, so
yeah.
You can describe yung undergrad and also your masterals here.
The way to describe yung buhay ko dyan sa UPLB, and very much like, life as a whole, no? Ang adjective dyan na bittersweet. It was really a blend of sweet memories and bitter memories, and I think that's what makes us tough and strong, to withstand future pressures and future challenges. And I think that's something that I can always look back to, and that taught me that life is not at all rosy. It's not all smooth sailing, that there will be bumps along the way. That was my college days, no? I had moments of triumphs and moments of so down, and without really giving specifics, I experienced the best and the worst times of a student, in terms of academic, something that I learned from a lot, taught me a lot how to take, blows in your life. Yeah, that was exciting. It was exciting for me. It's something I think that our students, must learn how to cope with, and that they must be ready to expect, that college life is not at all rosy, and not at all, without any challenges or without any problems. Expect that there will be worse times, and those times are, we just have to stick with your studies, and plod on.
College life prepared you for what you will face in the future.
Oh, yeah. Looking back, I had my shares of failures, and I had my shares of disappointment and frustration, but I was ready for it, I guess. And that was because my college life prepared me for that. Yeah.
It's good to hear that, because I think right now they have different situation because they are online and not really facing a lot of same situation, just like us when we were meeting with the teachers personally. It's different now. Is there anyone that you can think of na talagang nakatulong sa inyo why you were able to achieve what you have achieved for the past few years after you graduate? Are there anyone who kayo ay nag-aaral dito that you are really thankful for?
Not really a single person, Forced family, was there, and friends was there, brothers and sisters, in fraternity and sorority, they were there, and a lot of support from them. And of course, I won't miss it, and we should not miss it because it's all by God's providence, really, that we are able to make it through college. I do believe that with God's guidance and provisions, I was able to make it. If not, siguro hindi. If it was not His plan, or if it wasn't His will, hindi siguro. But it's all because God really planned for it. I really believe that it wasn't really all because of what I was able to accomplish, but it was because of what God has planned for my life. Yun ang aking pananaw, no, sa lahat ng ito, even sa buhay ko in general.
Kasi ngayon, you are already retired. Anong mga pinagkakaabalahan niyo po ngayon, sir?
At this stage, parang hindi pa rin ako retired. It's still pretty much the same preoccupation that I had, when I was still active, in service. So ang kulang lang siguro is that I'm not teaching, that much, and I don't have courses to teach, especially, starting this semester. So yun lang ang difference, but practically all others, research and other projects, it pretty much is still the same thing. And parang mahirap it's hard to get away from it, suddenly. And I think I'm taking my adjustment slowly para hindi mabigla, no? That's how it is, I guess, with most of those retirees, But of course, I know some of the retirees were really looking forward, to leaving everything behind, But I am in that group, I am in the group that couldn't let go, as soon as we retired. So I'm still doing a lot of things that I have been doing before, and I'm still enjoying that. So for as long as I have the energy, I think I will still be doing what I was, doing during my active service.
With a lot of achievements, diba, you were able to be the chancellor of our university. Are there UPLB values that you're still doing?
Yeah, I think, for us who grew up professionally, starting from college at UPLB or, at any UP campuses, I think what is common among us is nandun yung culture natin, of pursuing excellence in everything. That we could not just settle for something that is just okay. We want things to be done in excellent way. And I think that's how we should be, for us who benefited from the high quality education from UP and with a lot of government investments, to go with that. I think it's just our natural response to do our best and give, our excellent efforts for all things that are put upon us as a matter of responsibility and duty. Yun ang tingin ko, that parang hindi ko maatim, For instance, I always compete for a project because I always believe that us, from UP are the ones who can do whatever project, much better than any others can do it. So I always believe in that. Kaya pag may mga projects that are up for bids, kahit yan ay maliit, kahit yan ay malaki, I go for that because I always believe that especially yung mga government agencies who are looking for technical assistance, I always believe that we are in the best position to provide for that. That's commitment to excellence.
Did you ever think of working outside the university or talagang first na naisip na dito ka na mag-work sa UPLB?
There were 3 times in my professional life at UPLB that I almost left the university. First one was just one year into my teaching career. I was disillusioned and I wanted to leave and I wanted to pursue business administration. Actually, I enrolled in Masters of Business Administration class in De La Salle University. I was thinking, I can go somewhere else where do a lot more profitable thing, Again, it was God's providence that it did not happen at that time. Back with my employment at UPLB, and then there was another time when I was thinking of leaving the university because of frustration with the system. Then again, it by God's providence, I did not leave. And the last one was when I was taking my PhD in the US, when I thought that I did get the support that I that I was expecting that I will get from the university. I was ready to leave then, and never return from from my study in the US. But again, by God's providence, I was prevented, and I'm here, retired already after 30 years of completing my doctoral degree.
Really God allowed for you to go back here in the university and work and hanggang sa mag-retire po kayo dito. So are there things, sir, that you would want to say sa ating mga nakikinig, yung mga alumni? Any advice for them?
Probably not an advice, but something that I expect all UP alumni will do. Palagi kong iniisip, UP has done so much for us. As students, we got the best deal in terms of college education. UP supported us. Practically, the country supported us. It was their duty to support us so that we can attain the best college education that we can have. And they have done their duty. And now, once you are done with your education, it's your turn to return the favor to the university and to the country. It's just but proper that beneficiaries of good education and even you can consider it free education at UP should return the favor of rendering service to the university and to the country. Rendering service to the university doesn't necessarily would mean you getting employment in the university, but you being able to carry upon yourselves the honor and reputation that you must preserve because you are an alumni of UPLB. Tingin ko, return the service. That's the least that we can do. We received so much. We could not have possibly reached where we are now as a professional without UP. I expect all UP alumni, to just render honest service, whether they are in the university or whether they are in the country. I'm not sure whether if you're outside the Philippines, you can still do that, but perhaps I heard somebody who was a speaker in one of the commencement exercises in one of the colleges in UP Diliman, reminding, the graduates that if they want to serve the country, they must be in the country. Sometimes I think like that, but it doesn't mean that I don't understand or respect, whether they choose to work outside and to live outside the country. But that's okay.
So yun, sir, giving back to our alma mater, UPLB.
When I was a chancellor, I attempted to really do the best that we can, make UPLB a true training ground for students, not only academically, but not only intellectually, but also value-wise and moral-wise. We tried to enforce as much as we can all regulations that we can possibly implement, just like, for instance, observing traffic regulations or serving cleanliness. To me, it was an important thing to do because we want to train our students to be law-abiding citizens when they go out of the university. Not all of us, incidentally, didn't have that opportunity to be trained that way. Although I do believe that classroom discipline also helped us to be law-abiding citizens. And I hope that all UP alumni will be, law-abiding citizens. They should be leaders, not only in terms of their professional position, or status, but also in terms of being a leader, and being a good law-abiding citizen. I hope that everybody will be serious, in being a leader in every aspect of their lives, not only professionally but also personally, and as an ordinary Filipino citizen.
So that's very nice to also share kasi it's a good reminder din talaga, sir, to be excellent not just in profession but also in other things, even small things. In our everyday way of living, talagang may pakita yung pagiging excellent, pagiging disiplinado. We would want to hear yung version ninyo ng Tatak UPLB shoutout.
Ako si Rex Victor Cruz, Tatak UPLB.